Good morning, and welcome back to the Kanc Connection. I'm Jillian Clark.
And I'm Olivia Draco. We have another great show for you this week. First up, we have Yay Sports. Last week, the varsity baseball team held a debut on Monday and won 13. And the boys won 18-7. On Thursday, the middle school softball team won 15-4 to Lisbon, and the middle school baseball team hosted Profile and won 12-7. This week in sports, the varsity softball team will host Molten Road tonight, the White Mountains Regional High School on Wednesday. Both games will be at 4 o'clock. The varsity baseball team will also play the same team on the same date at 4 o'clock, but both games will be away. Then, on Friday, the JV baseball team will host Gorham. For middle school sports, the teams will play Haverhill on Tuesday at 4, the girls home and the boys away. And on Thursday, the teams will play Gorham at 4, the girls home and the boys away again. We hope you can come out to support our softball and baseball teams this week.
Thank you, Olivia, and great job to all of our Lin-Wood athletes. We now have another news update from Shanna.
Welcome back to what went down in the world this week. I'm Shanna Drapo, coming to you with recent news stories from around the world. It's been quite a while since my last segment, and a lot has happened in the world. But I've chosen only a few of the most important stories to share with you today. Let's get into it. On April 20th, the trial of Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd back in May of 2020 finally came to an end. The trial lasted for 3 weeks. Chauvin was found guilty of all 3 charges for the killing of George Floyd. This result is influential, as the killing of George Floyd sparked many protests throughout the country and the world, and tensions were high as the trial dragged on. In other news, as of May 3rd, a little over 30% of the New Hampshire population has been fully vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine, and nearly 61% has received 1 dose. In the United States as a whole, 32% of the population has been fully vaccinated, and about 45% of the population has received their first dose. In order to significantly lower the infection rates, we need to reach around 70 to 80% immunity. Hopefully we can reach that point soon enough. Continuing with the COVID-19 theme, the FDA is expected to approve the Pfizer vaccine for people aged 12 to 15 within the next few weeks. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu encourages families with children in this age group to start thinking about getting the vaccine. The possibility of this approval will take us one step closer to lowering infection rates and returning to normalcy. Now for some good news. Yves Boignon, a professional yacht racer, has created a project dedicated to collecting plastic waste from the ocean. The first potential installment for this project is the Manta, a 184-foot sailboat which collects plastic waste from the ocean and turns it into energy to fuel itself. The Manta would be one of the largest waste-collecting vessels in the world. Combined with the waste which fuels it, the Manta also is provided with energy by solar panels and a wind turbine. The Manta would be 70% self-sufficient and suck up 3 tons of waste each hour. The first working prototype of this vessel is expected to set out to sea by 2024, and 400 of such vessels could eventually remove 33% of the ocean's plastic waste. And that's what went down in the world this week. I'm Shanna Drapo. See you next time.
Thank you, Shanna. I always love your good news. Next up, we have yet another video from the Anatomy and Physiology class. Let's check it out.
Hello, I'm Jacob Morris, and this is my Anatomy and Physiology project. And I studied the effects of heart rate return given an individual's activity level. For my project, I had individuals sit down with the wireless heart rate monitors, and I took their baseline heart rate. After I had their baseline heart rate, I made them run around, which I considered strenuous exercise, for 5 minutes. And after they were done running around, I had them sit back down and hold on to this BPM sticks. Once I took their max heart rate, which I had on the screen, I then timed how long it took for them to get back down to their baseline heart rate. Out of 10 individuals that I tested, 7 of them were able to recover their heart rates after exercising, and 3 of them, these 3 dots over here, were not able to recover their heart rates. Now these people prove that my hypothesis is supported in this case, and my hypothesis was that more active individuals will be able to recover their heart rate quicker than individuals who are less active. Future studies that could be run, given the tests that I did, could be male versus female to see if there is a difference between any of the data points that we see here. Or another test that could be run could be mask versus no mask. This is my final message to all of you folks out there, and maintaining an active lifestyle will keep your heart healthy and your body healthy, so just do it!
Great job this week. We will now have a quick break, but don't go away. We still have so much more to show you, right here on the Kanc Connection.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's the next edition in our series about how to produce a show. Today, you will learn how we stack our shows.
Hello and welcome back to our series showing you what goes into producing an episode of the Kanc Connection. And in this segment, we'll be demonstrating how to stack a show. This is Rundown Creator. This is the program we use to write scripts and stack the show. Outside of this, Rundown Creator can be used to create a teleprompter for our talent. Providing a teleprompter for our anchors makes it so we can run through scripts and present our information properly. But before hooking up everything to the teleprompter, we need to stack our show. Stacking the show is when we reorganize segments to make it the most presentable for our audience. We need to look at the stories we have and order them so there's not too much of one thing. For example, if we have a bunch of awesome stories, we're going to want to spread them out a little bit to keep people interested. And if alternatively we had a sad story, we'd want to cushion it with something a bit more lighthearted. Our goal when stacking a show is to keep our audience entertained and engaged for as long as possible, while also keeping the stories that we find important. We also like to add a PSA break to our show to give our anchors some time to breathe. And overall, stacking our show is one of the most important parts to producing a great episode of the Kanc Connection. I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at the Kanc Connection. If you want to join our team, don't forget to talk to Mr. Quinn. Stay safe and stay tuned. I'm Emma McNamara, and I hope you enjoyed watching.
That video was very informative. It is so cool to show what goes behind the cameras in order to make a show. Recently, we filmed several 5th graders reciting poems that they chose or even wrote. A full video will be uploaded to our channel later, but for now, here's a short teaser of one of the students.
I have a dog named Zisu. He has an underbite. His eyes are very blue. He's never seen the sight. Right now he's in a cone. He has an ugly cut. The reasons are unknown, but still his adorable strut. He really is playful, but sometimes really sleepy. His hair is just like wool. It really is sheepy. He is a mountain dog from the mountains of Tibet. He leaps just like a frog, even when it's wet. I have a dog named Zisu. He is my favorite pet. He doesn't have a clue, but I love him too, I bet.
Today we have another video showcasing what to pack for college. Let's see what Kai Good has to say.
So when packing for college, there's a lot to think about, and honestly, just pack less than you think you're going to need. A lot of stuff you can just like buy at school if you feel like you need it. For me, the best thing that I brought were bed risers. So they make your bed higher and it gives you more storage under your bed. I have a set of drawers under my bed right now, which is super helpful. Also, if you're a STEM major and you plan on taking a lot of notes, either A, think about getting an iPad, or B, get like one of those thicker like multi-subject notebooks, just for at least like one of your classes if you have like a lecture class that you think you're going to take a lot of notes in. Also bring a lamp for your desk depending on like what time your roommate likes to go to bed. Like it's nice to have your own light, I guess. And sometimes dorms can be kind of dark. Also a power strip that plugs into the wall because again, like outlets, depending on like where you're going to college, can be scarce. But yeah, just like you don't want to bring too much and then it's taking up space in your really small room. So bring way less than you think you're going to need.
Thank you so much, Kai. This is a reminder for all of our 10th through 12th grade students. Prom tickets have gone on sale in the office. They're $25 per person, and prom will be held at the school on May 22nd. Talk to me or another member of the Student Council for more information.
So excited that we will get to have prom this year. Our deepest apologies to the freshman class who are not permitted to attend this year due to capacity limitations. That's all we have for this show. As always, please feel free to reach out to us with feedback and any story ideas. We love to hear from our viewers. As for now, I'm Olivia Drapo.
And I'm Jillian Clark, signing off. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you.